Command. We are trying to get a bunch of objectives over here. Let's take a quick look. We need to get... So for a major victory, we need all four. Alright. That should not be... We'll see what happens. So first things first, we need to press into these buildings. That'll give us access to this area. So you need to make sure there are not enemy units up around there. So first things first, let's recon by fire and weapon range into here. Alright. Seems the area is mostly clear. And, ooh, can't hit there. That's interesting. Do we have an LOS? There is an LOS blockage. Alright. Well, that's not what I wanted. So the thing I was going to do was I was going to run this squad into this house. And I think I'm still going to do that. But I really want to see if I can spot an enemy unit in here. So I'm wondering if I wait, or if I use Stern to throw some rounds downrange to the mortars. I don't think I do that. I definitely want to use Stern to rally himself. Always rally yourself, kids. So let's do that. Yeah, and then the only other order I've got is this other machine gun.
We are not going to die here.
Let's try it. Come on. Okay, alright.
Careful
Beautiful.
with the barrel.
Alright, we're where we want to be here. We got a little bit more capacity. So let's do the same thing just as long as this unit's active over here. So if you spot any enemy units there. Looks like no. Wilson's also going to need to rally. I'll do that in a second. Alright, pray for rain.
Resserrez vos bottes.
Where's that coming from? Alright, nothing going bananas just yet. I think Wilson's squad is first. I think Wilson's platoon is first. I'm going to take this squad and recon by fire and weapon range here. Alright, nothing. Not a gosh darn thing. So let's get one of his more experienced squads going forward.
Don't leave anything behind.
Uh-oh. Oh!
Run, run.
But we're undaunted. What are you? Okay, alright. It's not ideal. Where'd you go? It was here, but what was it? Hard to tell. Alright, so we need to be conscientious crossing this road. I got 2 more pips, so I'm gonna get into one of these buildings. And here we go.
It's getting hot out there.
Alright, so now we are concealed again. That is one objective achieved. So with this unit instead... Okay, let's take a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Alright, so I'm not gonna be able to cross over this road without that unit being able to see me at all. But I might be able to get a little bit forward. Ooh, let me take this spot. This is a big risk. Okay, enemy unit spotted. And no good cover. So let's get ourselves into a concealed position in these orchards. Oh, man. Wow! Alright. That's an MG. That's an MG is what that is. Okay, alright, so they're stuck here. But they are still hidden. They're badly suppressed, but they're hidden. Okay, alright, the Vichy French have some resistance happening, which is fine. Makes perfect sense. The enemy gets a vote, after all. All right. And that, I think, is going to end up being Lieutenant Wilson's turn.
La France est de notre côté.
These are not the world's best positions here. So I'm wondering if the answer is we just run our squads across the street into these buildings so that we can approach here kind of somewhere that's not as exposed. I think that's probably the right call. So first let's get this squad here. We're going to cross this road, but I think if we all cross this road at once... Okay, spotted. Yep, that's alright. We'll be in a better position next turn. Oh, I can't get any farther with this unit. What about you guys? Alright. I say we go for some of these trees. Again, they're going to get spotted because there's a clear visibility here. Oh, they managed to stay hidden. Nice. Alright, we'll get them up here. Alright, no enemy units spotted so far. Let's get them a little bit further forward and into this covered position. In this building. Alright, feeling much better about them. Feeling like I could definitely take this unit forward without a problem. So I think we do that. Just the squad. Let's go this way, gents. Oh. Can't get anywhere going there. What about to here? No. Even so, if we got shot at from here while we're in cover in this tree, it's not the end of the world. So we'll do that for now. And then we'll get up into this building. Alright, very good. And then last but not least, third squad, we're going to send... Two hexes of movement in the street is not great. But I'm risking it. Alright, beautiful. Then we move up this way and into these trees. Excellent. Alright, now, what do we do with you, Captain Murphy? I think the answer is... Do I send you across the street? Maybe. Let's get Lieutenant... Let's get Acting Lieutenant Grant... up into this unit. Because I think we've solidified the enemy does not have any visibility to here. And that'll put us in a better position against this unit. Now, I think Captain Murphy, we're going to have you come up and rally this unit. Braced. Okay, that's pretty cool. Move you to here. And this is an exposed spot, so but I'm hoping you'll be okay. And then, can you... Yes. Alright, so you'll be able to rally that squad next turn. And that'll be just fine. And last, it'll be Dearborn. I think Dearborn, we're going to move up into this area to engage this unit and take this position here. I don't know what I'm waiting for here. We got 2 moves on all these units, which I wish was better, but it is what it is. Going here is a risk, being seen by that squad. But we'll try it. Maybe we'll get a visual to them as well. Alright, so they have spotted us. Let's not be stupid here. Alright, so we're in there. And then I'm going to send this squad. I think we're going to try to make this position here. Oh, got a little trust. Excellent. Alright, oh, that's an MG. Alright, that's not great. What direction? Is that an MG or is that a mortar? I think that's a mortar. Hold on. This is my mortar. No, that's definitely the MG icon. But they're pointed this way, which is good for me. I'm going to bolster to get into here. So that's a good covered position. Ugh. It panned westwards like I was going to get shot at. And then finally, we'll take command of Dearborn's remaining squad and move them forward. I think just to here for now. Or do I move them up here across the street? Bring them up to get across the way. I think maybe I do. No, I'm going to bring them up here. Right, and that's as far as these fellows are going to go this turn. Alright, a turn of cautious movement, but I think we've hustled forward. We've mostly made good time. And I can't rally with Captain Murphy right now because this unit is not fresh, but I can bolster them. Whoa, got them a lot of morale back. That's good. Alright, and that's the round. Turns left 19. So let's see. So what do we want to do here? That... Oh. I didn't realize something. I did not realize that the morale that comes from bolstering is temporary. That is a useful thing for me to know for later. Alright, Captain Murphy. You need to rally this unit. Beautiful. So they're fully rallied. Now, Wilson's squad here is not doing super hot on morale. They got shot all to heck by that gun there. They do have the ability to move forward a little bit. So the main question I'm asking myself is, do I make a rush for this MG nest with this unit this turn? And I think the answer is actually no. I think the answer is this unit gets a bolster and goes to here. And let's see what we can see from there. Uh-oh. Nope, nope. Okay, we did spot an enemy unit. I do have the ability to bolster and take out this machine gun squad this turn, but I don't need to do that right now. Now, if I move this squad up, move them into this nice hard cover here.
Come on already!
Okay, chances are looking good at fully suppressing this MG. So let's do that. Beautiful.
Steady fire!
We won the initiative. Now the risk here is that charge and this squad shoots at me. I do not want that. So, I think for now, I'm going to hold this squad here and just cover this area, and hopefully we'll be good to go over there. So next thing I want is Acting Lieutenant Grant's squads moving forward, and we'll try to take this block next. And then I'll figure out how I want to have Wilson handle himself right now, because I've unfortunately spread his squads out a little bit. But in any case, that's going to be the end of Dearborn's turn for now. And if I want to circle back to him to either make this assault or to bring up this other unit, I'll be able to. Actually, whoa, big risk if I run forward, because this fella's still got an order. Oh, but he's fully suppressed. I think it's worth. I think it's worth it. His initiative is terrible right now. So let's bring him forward. Yes, please do pick up the pace. Oh, cripes. Oh! Enemy mortar? Oh, cripes, took a casualty. That's not good. Oh, I don't like that. Alright. Enemy heavy weapons here. Alright. Let me click off this squad for a second. What are you? You're a mortar. You're a very silly looking mortar, too. And you're an MG. Alright, so we got pounded by artillery. Alright, the light artillery. And that unfortunately means I can't put them where I want to put them, which is unfortunate. So the place we'll put them is here. I'll just try to keep them hidden and see if I can't rally them next turn. If I run across with Captain Murphy, that's a big risk, but I could do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to use Murphy to rally this squad and this squad. Whew, alright, didn't end up mitrailleted. Oh, I can't rally this turn, this squad, because they've already done a thing. I need to remember that. Alright. I'm going to leave Murphy there for the moment. Unless I want to risk running across the road here. But I don't think so. So leave things be for now.
L'honneur est exigeant.
Can this MG shoot this fella? It doesn't look like it. Unfortunate. We can get up into this orchard, but where I really want to get.
Keep your heads down.
This is big risky if I go in here. Oh, I suppose I could shoot and suppress some of these units. Let me see if I got the reach. Actually, let me do it with, but I can't see over there now. That was dumb. That I could have handled that better. All right. Let's do the thing we're doing up here. Slowly and carefully, we move across these positions. Okay, all right. Feeling pretty good. Jump across. Okay. And jump across. Should have gone to that one. That's all right. All right. Situation looks pretty reasonable. No enemies spotted over here yet. Risk if I go here. Let's move the acting lieutenant forward as well. If I bolster them, how far can they get? They can get a little bit further forward if I bolster them. But if I don't bolster them, they can still get forward. So we'll just do that. This platoon is very experienced now, because they've been in a lot of battles. Alright. We got good positions here. Again, that unit's here. So where does that spot have visibility to? Really only down this street. So I might be able to get a good solid shot off at them if I can get into this house or one of these houses and stay safe. With that having been said, I don't know what's up here. I feel reasonably confident these areas are not occupied by the enemy. These ones? Much less likely. Much less confident about that. If I move this unit up to here, I could risk going here. I don't love the idea of that. Because I've only got one shot to support. And this unit only has... Well, they do have visibility here. It's not a great shot, but I can do it. No, let's stay systematic here. Let's keep doing as we're doing. I wish I had
Hit the dirt. We're taking fire.
if I move Lieutenant Murphy across here, that's a risk. I think what I'll do is I'll bring Lieutenant Wilson across. Like back here, and then move him up and get him into this unit to rally them. I think that's the plan. So, we're going to end the leader turn. That's Sergeant Grant for now. Okay. I'm seeing a lot of action on Lieutenant Dearborn, but not a lot of visual to what the enemy is actually doing. Which doesn't fill me with great confidence. Alright, hoof it, boys! Cripes. Alright, what are you? You're some kind of artillery piece. Still can't really tell. Alright, squad. Why don't you just go here? The spot's in the open, but the area is reasonably secure. Just the squad. Yeah, I feel confident. Like, all my units moved through this area, so I'm not worried if I move a unit there. And then we'll move Lieutenant Wilson here. And then we'll rally this unit.
Make the
Beautiful.
frogs howl.
Yeah, you tell him, Lieutenant Wilson. Not quite sure what that was meant to mean. Alright.
Don't give them an inch.
You know what I think, actually? I think the answer is... Can you see here? Where can I see this spot from? Here, yes. Here, no. But here, yes. Here, yes. Here, yes. Here, yes. Here, yes. Here, yes. Alright, I've devised a game plan. Lieutenant Stern, you're going into this house with all that cover. All that tasty, tasty cover.
Watch your flank.
Uh-oh. Hell happened? Well, that's okay. Alright. Mortar. Not smoke. Fire. Ah, they missed. They missed. Oh, come on. Ah, that's fine. It's fine. It's fine. But it does mean... Ugh.
Take cover.
We got morale checks going on over here. Oh, but I can't... I'm really tempting fate here, friends. But I gotta get these units forward to get them into the action. So we're doing what we gotta do. Hopefully our morale holds. Yeah, me too.
Contact!
Whoo! All right, and let's see if we can do it again. This is really greedy, even though this unit is really badly suppressed. This is still greedy. Oh, all right, beautiful. That's exactly what we want. So, I think that's enough tempting fate for one turn. Yeah. So let's yield to the passing of turn 3. And we'll see what happens. 18 turns left. A clatter in the east, engines on the move. Twin Stuart light tanks rattle down the road with JJ riding atop the hull. A collective cheer erupts from your men as the armor draws near. Where do you want us? The tank commander signals. A familiar signal and a familiar commander. It's Sergeant Lintz, who you last saw during your training at Camp Pickett, the same day his tank killed your original sergeant, Sergeant Bennett. Signal him back and keep moving. Head over for a talk. I'm going to head over for a talk. I'm going to say hi. Lintz adjusts his leather helmet and opens up the ear protectors as you step over. Up close, the din of the engine is significant, even for a tank. What is it, Lieutenant? He asks. We've had a rough time getting here, and there's not much gas left in the tank. Not much gas left. Oh, I don't love the sound of that. Does he know Bennett died? He killed Bennett. Oh, man. This was a mistake. I am way up in my memories about Bennett from this guy. This is a good example of a trauma trigger, right? I'm here to talk plans, and all I can think about is how this guy did this guy at I don't even think it's fair to say he involuntary manslaughtered my previous sergeant. He must know. This is a stupid question. I don't want to walk up to him and walk away like a weirdo. None of these are dialogue options, so this is just me thinking. Does he know? He sure as hell doesn't look like it. We clearly live in an imperfect world. True realism and advanced idealism and 20 combat fatigue. Only the mission matters right now. Acquires zeal. Combat fatigue plus 10, realism plus 1. He won't get mentioned in my report. Acquire professionalism. Combat fatigue plus 10, realism plus 1. I won't give in to petty emotions. Advanced discipline. It's going to be 20 combat fatigue at once, but 2 realism ain't bad. Wish I could get trickery here, but I understand why I can't. I don't necessarily think zeal is that great. I think, as much as I don't think this is a great decision from a role-playing perspective, and it's not going to get me it's going to get me 20 combat fatigue at once, which is a significant amount. I do want to advance discipline, so I'm going to not give in to petty emotions. A good officer rises above his emotions, perhaps even uses them, and you're definitely going to use them soon. You acknowledge his fuel issue and motion him toward the preferred position for attack. Okay, so we got 3 tanks, and they're all right in the view of that cannon, which I do not love and am not super excited about happening. So, first things first. Where can I see ya boy from? It's mostly going to be down here. Alright, so that's where I'm going to need to get stern. But first, let's shoot at this MG to knock him down. Well, first things first.
We're taking fire.
Captain Murphy, just go ahead and rally this squad. It's not that much morale, but it's worth it. Alright, next. Does this MG have anyone over there he can shoot at? There is an enemy squad over here, and he can shoot at them. Alright, that's good to know. Shoot at the enemy MG, please. Enemy MG's still got a shot. Shoot him again. And they've still got a shot. Well, that was a little bit of a waste, but that's okay. So if I put Stern here, I can get him to there. And then I can... Wait. What's the range of my mortars? 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. They can't reach this garbage. Not from there, at least. Unfortunate. What do I have visibility to here? Not from a lot of places. Alright. Nope. I'm clicking off, thinking I'm going to solve that problem. You have visibility to... Okay, you don't have visibility to any of these hexes, which means that an assault here is actually reasonable. I'm going to have this MG squad... Gosh, I sure would be a lot more comfortable if this MG were done. So I think I'm going to pass and see what the enemy does. My armored reinforcements are here. I need to not forget that. All right, what are y'all doing, Vichy France? Not much. Okay. Let's bolster. And let's assault. Nice. All right. Excellent. Dog barking excitedly in distance. My favorite. All right. And then let's inch forward to this house. And bring up another squad. If I go here... Yes, I still can. And then get them into cover. Alright, I'm feeling really, really good about that. I successfully got where I needed to get with Dearborn. His other squad over here is rallied. He's got 2 squads up here. They're all in excellent cover. And we're near to the enemy and they can't see us, which is another just excellent place to be. We also got us a pile of trust, successfully leading an assault, so I'm feeling pretty jazzed about that. It also means that I can bring up another one of Stern's units into these buildings here. And I think the answer to how I'm going to use that is I'm going to bring up this mortar and put them here. Because this is going to give me pretty solid ability to, or at least into here, bring this MG up into here and then bring the mortar into here so that I can get pretty good command of this territory. Because we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Wait, I need to count that again just to make sure. Bam. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. All right, I need to be in this very front house in order to make that happen. So that's going to have to be a task for Lieutenant Stern in a subsequent leader turn. All right, stuff's going down over there. Again, the last thing I want to do is reveal the existence of these tanks, because here's the thing. That gun here, I'm pretty sure that was an anti-tank gun. So I really need to take that position under fire with infantry and with my best infantry to make sure that I can get that taken before I bring these tanks in. Because if I bring these tanks anywhere along this road, they're gonna just get clobbered. All right, this mortar can almost make it all the way I want it to go. So we'll get them moving. And now the question is, do I move Lieutenant Stern down and press them? Because I could. It would take a lot of his command points, but I could do it. To get them into position one turn sooner. And I think the answer to that is yes. Boy, I hope Stern can press from adjacent. And he can't. I made a mistake. That's okay. That's okay. These things happen. We will take this enemy squad under fire. With Stern's other MG. Just as long as we've got Stern activated. And we'll take this enemy squad under fire again. No reason not to get Stern a little bit of extra experience. Again, I'm moving a mortar dangerously close to where I know the enemy is hanging out, but I genuinely think it's the right call. I made a good decision getting these tanks here. In the abstract, I made a good decision getting these tanks here when, as soon as I could. It might prove to be more of a, yeah, what are you gonna, oh, you're gonna rally. That's fine. That's just fine. I'll shoot you again. Alright, let's get Grant's platoon moving forward. So, one thing that occasionally happens in these games, and this is not a bug per se, but it is a trait of the game. And in my opinion, there are reasons to and reasons not to. But here's the thing. This squad should not have a harder time moving here than it has moving here. And my fear is that this is one of those games that means that there's an enemy unit hanging out in this hex. I've got my concealment. They're very close. Again, I don't know exactly how visibility works in this game. But these units are very, very close. I'm going to move to here and hope I'm just incorrect about this. I'm going to move to here first. And then to here.
But what about those tanks?
What about those tanks? Alright. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Now I could hurl this unit forward. What do you mean enemy has visibility here? Hold on. Let me... Is it you? Is it you? It's definitely not you. Is it you? No. What do you mean you've got visibility there? I don't love that. I don't know how I know that, and that's making me concerned. Let's get this unit forward to here. Ho! Neat. Alright, enemy squad in there. Okay, alright, alright. So, we're going to move Acting Lieutenant Stern forward to here. I think we're going to bolster this squad. We'll take command of them because I made a mistake and thought I could uh, just go and... This isn't ideal. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move them here to the corner. I'm going to take this enemy position under fire. So that unit's now surprised and hopefully fully suppressed. Perfect. And then we slam into the rear of them with this unit.
Let's get those bastards.
Yeah, shit! Perfect. Alright. That's excellent. And now, just get this squad as far forward as we can into as heavy cover as we can. Alright, beautiful. We are concealed exactly where we want to be within dashing distance of this artillery piece. Feeling very, very happy about that. So what are you? You are an anti-aircraft 75mm M1897. Maximum weapon range 120 hexes. Movement points 1, tired no. Alright, so before these tanks go anywhere, we're going to need to squeeze some shots off at that unit. First, let's get third squad moving. I have to do all of this right now because Sergeant Grant is depleted, and I'm not going to be able to get any more action out of him at present. So I can move them south, or I can move them across. This is better cover, so we're putting them here. Again, risking it, but worth it. Whew, nice. Alright, this situation could have been bad. I'm very pleased that I got that handled. Modern warfare is a complicated animal. Unfortunately, I am not going to be able to take this position under fire yet, which means I'm going to have to move these tanks forward through here, which isn't perfect, but it's all right. So, Wilson's going to have to be next. Now, the question I need to ask myself is... Well, let's wait until... Oh, no, that is it. Alright. Now, the question I need to ask myself is, do I move these tanks forward to here and try to put some suppression on this unit to make Wilson's action easier? And that question needs to be answered by a what needs to happen up here. Okay, alright. They don't have much visibility. They certainly don't have any visibility across the road. Crossing the street here was an early risk that ended up really, really paying off.
Get the BAR up here.
Who's got visibility? Who are you afraid of shooting at you, sir? Not this guy. Not this guy. Who's over there? Who do you know about that I don't, soldier? Is it this artillery piece? It's this artillery piece. They got 2 shots. Alright. What can you shoot at, realistically? Realistically, you have visibility to both of these hexes. Bofa? So the answer to the question becomes... This unit, in order to get where they need to go, needs to go around here and then up to here. And hopefully they'll have the movement for that. And if they don't, then it will not be convenient, but it will not be a tragedy either.
What's your flank?
Alright, didn't have the movement, but let's get them behind this building at least. They're in the open, but I don't think this unit's going to be in any position to shoot at them, and I don't think the enemy's got any units over here either. We'll bring up the tank to support. Let's get Lieutenant Wilson forward with his units as well. Y'all full up on morale? Looks like a yes. We'll send this squad forward. And do we send them over this building? I think yes. No. Not leaving them in the open. Not in a battle like this. Lieutenant Wilson. And his squad, his current squad, will move forward. Now, just the squad has a little bit more movement. I could be able to get into this position, but I'm not sure. I think I can. So I'm going to risk it. If I can't, I'll just hop back into that building. Just the squad, please. And I've got it. Alright. Again, we'll stay in as concealed a position as we can manage. Perfect. And Lieutenant Wilson will move up into this squad. We'll move up into his own squad, actually. And that is the end of Lieutenant Wilson's turn. Can you tell I'm freaked about these tanks? Alright. Lieutenant Linz. Oh, you're a lieutenant. Maybe you got a field promotion. Alright, so here's the deal. Before I do this, because this has got visibility, what are you? You're... Ooh, you're another one of those anti-tank guns. Alright, so that means... Actually, going around this side is basically a non-starter for the armor as well. So I'm going to have to bring them around this way, which is not efficient. And they are going to get spotted. I think that's an extremely reasonable assumption, but I think it's also what's got to happen. Golly, I really hope they don't have anti-tank guns sighted. What if I just shoot this thing? I could. Going in aim fire is absolutely stupid because that means I'm not going to be able to move either of these other units. Is this going to cost me both of my things? Both? I'm going to shoot and hope if I've got to press on the first turn, it's not a tragedy. But I don't want to... The thing is, if I'm going to shoot at them this turn, I don't want to be in a position where I've got to... Where I'm giving them... Where I'm letting them know I've got tanks in the mix. When I could be not doing that. So let's move this tank to here. Alright, spotted. But not by anything that can actually hurt a tank. Alright, enemy afflicted with the fear. Tank fear. Fear! Can you shoot at this unit? You can. I don't think it would be useful, but you can do it. Alright, so now, let's take another look at this. The visibility from this gun. Alright, so they can't basically get any visibility to any of this nonsense. So I think if we take the tank up to here, we'll point them south.
Keep moving.
Because the enemy could have AT guns down there or something. And I want front armor facing that way if at all possible. Am I being overly cautious with these tanks? Maybe. Am I being overly cautious with these tanks? Maybe. But also, like, I'm risking getting my tanks killed. Don't spot me, bro. Ugh. Engine cough. Nice. Alright, we'll put this tank here.
Keep it up.
And we'll aim them to the west. To ensure they've got front armor pointed down this road in case the enemy decides on some nonsense. Now the big risk is moving up this tank. Okay. A tank that's visible to an artillery piece is not a good thing to be sitting in. Move them here, and we'll point them south.
Keep it up.
Alright. And that is the turn. Enemy gets a vote. See what they do. Okay, not bad. Not bad at all. Let me just take Captain Murphy and move him. Is it unwise to move Captain Murphy forward? I don't think so. Just get him into a concealed position up here. Alright. He's not seen. And then we'll end the turn. So for the last mission, I did 1 episode for every 3 turns, and I'm feeling reasonable about that. So we'll end this turn, and that will be the end of the episode. Once this event is complete, your voice crackles with Major Cloud's... Your radio crackles with Major Cloud's voice as he gives his call sign. This is Bayonet 6 calling Nickel 6. Enemy forces resisting stubbornly all over. Expect same. Artillery support remains limited. Can you continue? Over. Affirmative. Advancing on objective. Over. Continue the attack. +2 prestige. Need to scout the target. Over. I read you must recover. Over. Some squads have improved rally or bolster. Improved rally or bolster is very good. But let's get some fog of war removed. 2 prestige. That's barely even 1 casualty. Need to scout the target. Over. Affirmative on recon. Nickel 6. Major Cloud says. Good hunting. Bayonet 6 out. Alright. Does that give me anything I can use? Doesn't look like it. It was worth a go, though. Alright. With that being said, we've had, we've done some maneuvering. But I don't think these have been a bad set of turns at all. We're about to take this position under fire. I've got tanks ready to support our advance on this this gun position here, so I'm feeling pretty rock solid. That is all we've got for this episode, my nerds. I have had fun. I hope you all have had fun, and I will see you on the other side.